Hey everyone, and here's my review for Baten Kaitos Eternal Wings in the Lost Ocean for the GameCube. And just beat this game. It took me a little bit over 50 hours to complete, guys. We really haven't seen too many games like this generation, but over 50 hours to complete. Fantastic RPG. One of my favorites, to be honest. One of my favorite console RPGs, at least. It was really one hell of a ride, but I'm not going to go into too much detail with it. I'm sure a lot of you guys probably heard about it. I'm going to go over a little bit of it, and I really do think everyone should try this game out. It was fantastic. It's really good. But okay, so first off, I want to talk about the story. So basically, you play as a guardian spirit. I love those type of games, and it's a really great mechanic to put in the game for, especially when you're playing third person. You're not actually playing as the main character. So, guardian spirit of this boy named Callus, and he. To be honest, I kind of forget a little bit of what goes on at the start completely because there's so much to do with the story. There's so many plot twists, so many just things uncovering secrets and stuff that you didn't know from the start. But you play as this guardian spirit to this boy named Callus, and basically his family was murdered by these group of thieves, and you want to try to avenge your family. You want to take revenge on them, so you're trying to go after them, and you end up passing out, and you wake up in this one village, and the story just goes on from there. And soon you meet a whole bunch of companions, and soon it ends up being you have to save the world kind of a thing. It really isn't that bland of a story. The story at the beginning, the first I'd say 10 hours, it's all right. You're going through it, but that's the thing with this game. Either it's like one of the best parts about the game or one of the worst parts about the game. It's pretty slow at the start, but when you start getting into the game, like 10 hours, a little bit less of that, of that time in, the game picks up and it's crazy. The story gets amazing. So much stuff to the story, and it's explained so well throughout the game. It's not like one of those games with an incredibly complex story that you don't understand half the stuff. This game is incredibly complex, but they explain it all so well, and they bring it all so well within the game, so you understand everything that's going on, and that's a very good thing with this game. It's very friendly in that way. But yeah, you go through it like that, and it's a really, really fantastic story. It gets crazier and crazier, and just really good. But definitely a worthwhile story to go through it. Throughout the whole game, I definitely wanted to finish and see the entire story. It wasn't like a story I was gonna forget about anytime soon. As far as the gameplay goes, this is one of the best RPG battle systems I've ever played. Back in the day, I used to play Magic the Gathering a lot, and I even played Yu-Gi-Oh! Too, and Magic the Gathering was my favorite, and this kind of reminds me of this battle system. You have to build up your decks of cards. What they are called is Magnus, and basically you can take the Magnus essence from any objects, any living creatures, any weapons or anything, and you can hold them in a card, and then you can use them, kind of a thing. And basically that's what your battle system is. That's all your weapons and stuff, and you go through a deck, and your deck increase from like 20, 30, 40, 50, etc., amount of cards in your deck, and you can use a certain amount. It randomly picks it out, and it has turn-based battle system, obviously, and you can choose at first 4 cards or something like that, and then the more you upgrade your character, the more cards you can hold, the more cards you can use per turn, and then it goes through the animated actual attacks of attacking the other enemy. It looks really great, some really cool weapons, and it's a perfect battle system for me, really. This is one of the best battle systems I've ever played in any RPG. If you ever liked a game like Magic the Gathering, any of these card games like that, this is the game for you, really. It was right up my alley, and it was fantastic. Just like going into every battle and like trying to put up your decks and go through them all and try to improve them, or like restart and make your entire deck from scratch, and make your character use fire abilities more or something, and just so much strategy with it as well. Like, I don't want to, again, I'm not going to be able to go through all of it, but there's a lot of strategy with it. Like, obviously, like if you use a fire attack and a water attack in the same move, they'll cancel out a little bit, and then you won't be dealing as much damage. There's one where the cards are numbered, and if you go from numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever, then you get boost up percentage, so the final damage you do to the enemy would be increasing by a certain percentage, and it's so much to it, and it really it's pretty hard to get used to at the start because it's time limit too. Like you'll have like a list of like 10 cards on the ground that you have to go through, and you have to pick which ones to go, and you have a certain time limit, and it gets pretty quick and gets pretty hectic at sometimes, and it's really just works so well. Very great battle system. It really just fantastic battle system. Everyone's got to try that. But that's pretty much the gameplay there for the battle system at least. But the rest is just like the old school type RPGs where you're walking around. You do see your enemies. It's not just the random encounters, which is really awesome. I hate the random encounters. But yeah, you do see your enemies. You do you walk around. You collect items. You do some puzzle elements. Do some platforming. Sort of. It's really just a clunky platformer. You walk up to a ledge. You have to press the A button and it'll crawl down. Stuff like that. A lot to it. Standard fare for like traditional RPGs, but really just fantastic battle system. That's what outshines everything else in this game. Then of course the presentation, the graphics. This game, the art is unbelievable. This game looks amazing, especially considering it was back in last generation. Like, it looks fantastic. The sound, the music is amazing as well. Great orchestrated, well, not orchestrated, of course, but great soundtrack. Very, very tense. Has some really memorable, really memorable soundtracks in it that I'm definitely going to be having stuck in my head for a while, and just really great presentation. Only problems I really have with it is, well, I've had with a lot of RPGs, I just hate how kind of like stuck you seem, like kind of plain, like you'll walk that way, you'll walk that way, you'll walk and you'll end up hitting an invisible wall around a table. I wish it was more fluid and together, and that's kind of what I'm hoping for next generation with RPGs. They make it more immersive in that kind of a way, Voice acting, some good voice actors, some not so great. I don't know if it was just me, but this whole game, it sounded like all the voice acting was kind of muffled a little bit. I don't know, it was just kind of annoying, but I got used to it, and towards the end I didn't really notice it all, and it was just fine with me. But voice acting, for the most part, it was pretty good. I don't know what else to really go with, other than this is one of the best RPGs on consoles, I think. I could probably say ever, to be honest, at least of what I've played. Really fantastic RPG. I'd have to give it a 9. There are some problems, it's a little bit slow at times. It took a little bit of time to pick it up, but really, so much bang for your buck. It's just a really fantastic battle system, everything about it. There's my review, guys. Hopefully you guys liked it. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya.